This isn't the view. This is the dad's point of view. Damn it. As you can see, Jason has 3 kids. I have 2. Together that equals 5. And while the moms are away, we keep our kids alive.
The plan is to talk about our family.
Why did you tell him what a Melvin was? And I said, would you rather me let him keep calling it a wiener wedgie?
Plan is to talk about what we do as stay-at-home fathers.
I love to do it in front of the girl and then yell ducks.
Barking spiders.
The plan is to talk about our life as we know it right now.
I start to feel like I need me time. Where's my me time at?
For me, it's brand new. I've been in it for 2 years. For Chris, he's been doing stay-at-home dad since his children first dropped out the womb.
With what I've been through with my kids, they better cure cancer.
I just want to make sure I get the right people around my children.
Sorry, I know it's a podcast. I shouldn't be using visuals.
What up, though? Welcome to Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad Podcast. My name is Jason. Got my trusty co-host over here named Chris. He's on cloud 9 after this past weekend, and I'm about there too. But before we hop into everything, guys, make sure that you go ahead and follow us on all platforms. That's right, we're on all streaming platforms for the podcast. So that's iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, wherever you do. I don't even know if Pandora has it, but if they do, we are there. I know for a fact on Amazon and on podcast for iTunes. So check us out on all those platforms where you can catch all of our shows. We do have some great past shows, so make sure you check in with that. And then follow us here on Facebook and YouTube. We do need some subscribers. I haven't seen anyone subscribe as of late, and that's okay if you don't, because you're too busy listening to the podcast. I get it. So hello to you all. Now, what up, though, my brother? How you doing, fam?
I'm doing okay. I hate to be the one to say that I told you so, but told you so.
I told you so.
Told you so. My
Yeah.
my boy got his ring. It was pretty cool. I was a little upset that Eminem wasn't wearing a Stafford Lions jersey at the halftime
That
show.
should have happened. Yeah.
Right, but it was a good game, and I'm glad that he got one. How was camping on cloud 9?
You know what? And we had a conversation. Katie and I had a conversation, and I just told her, I go, I'm never not gonna like what you have going on. I'm gonna like it, and I'm gonna respect it, because I actually end up enjoying it. It was a cute little, quaint little house, not house, but like cabin. It was literally probably about 300 or maybe 250 square feet. Wasn't big at all. Beautiful out in the Lebanon woods up in Farmington, Richfield area. Not Richfield, but Farmington, Rosemont area. And it was cool. We took like a 3-mile, 2.5-mile hike in 4-degree weather. And I mean, there's not much you can really say to that. Like, there was a 2.5-mile hike on 4-degree weather. They went snow sledding. So, everyone had a good time. I couldn't really complain about it. Slept on a bunk bed. I slept on top, which was absolutely terrifying for a little bit. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I am kind of sad I missed the game, because they come to find out it was one stellar game. They were down. They played their way back. Defense came in. Defense wins championships. Always, because you stop the other team from scoring. And it sounds like Aaron Donald did some amazing things, which I still haven't yet seen. So I gotta do my YouTube due diligence here pretty soon. And I've been seeing all the celebrations. But yeah, shout out to Stafford, man. That's a big move.
Fourth quarter, last minute drive to win the game, like he's been doing all years, and people are still bashing him. And then, I don't know if you saw the video last night where the lady fell off the stage and he turned around and didn't run after her. People are after him again. I'm like, let the man be.
Win, right? He
can't win. Right, and I may have had a few too many. I guess the next day, Jackie was saying, the kids were saying, "Dad's celebrating a lot for this, huh?" And then, I don't know what. I think after they won, the wine started to catch up with me, and uh, it was, I guess it was like 10:30 at night, and she's trying to get the kids to bed, and I'm running around dancing, blaring music, and then I started calling her like a party pooper, and she's like, "Chris, it's 10:30. I have to work tomorrow." And
Oh,
so then I was a happy boy. I don't know why I was so happy. It's not like the Lions won.
it's not like the Lions one. No,
We
but
had
that
a
is good.
No, I was just that we had a good family Super Bowl of prop bets, and Lil enjoyed the halftime show, and then it got awkward when Eminem came on and I was singing along, and Sawyer's like, "Is he a good rapper?" And I was like, Yeah." That awkward moment. I was like, "Yes, but don't say Alexa. It'll play Eminem." And so it was funny. It was
Are
good.
you telling me you straight up hitting Sawyer with knees weak, arms spaghetti?
There's vomit on his sweater already.
Sweater.
Mom spaghetti. Yeah. I was actually I was at I was a big Eminem fan. I mean, and Dre and Snoop as well. So they were cool to see. And then it was funny because it was like the cliche of how old we are.
That, and you know what?
I'm
That is the part that is blowing me back, is because we are now that old. Like, just imagine us watching Prince or Mike Jackson doing it back then, and watching our parents go crazy. That is Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl, and we're like,
Yep.
dude, okay, well, you know. And now we're like, oh, Dre, gin and juice, right? You know what I'm saying? Forget about Dre. Hey, we doing all the songs. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So one thing that was crazy to me was a lot of the stuff that was going on in the media about that. And here's the thing, man. I want my children to understand and highly respect culture. Hip hop culture in itself showed it to like a T this weekend. And what I mean by that is, it wasn't about all the booty shaking. It wasn't all about the cuss words. It was good songs that we grew up with. And I want to be able to see that for my children going forward, and it still be in the genre that they, you know what I'm saying, fully indulge in. So I hope they continue to have that eclectic sound going forward. And I think Jay-Z will do a good job, because, you know, he is president of Rock Nation, and Rock Nation is like the main contributor, or people that put together the NFL music now. So it's big moves, real big
I
moves.
mean, as a parent, for this halftime show was I wasn't. I've never really been offended by any of it, but in terms of appropriate, this halftime show was more appropriate than Adam Levine's. It was more appropriate than the one Shakira did. It was more.
Oh yeah.
I think you can even argue it's more appropriate than Katy Perry. There's just a couple words and a couple things compared to what they were doing in years past. So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if
Justin
they're
Timberlake, Janet Jackson. Woof. The
right.
infamous.
A wardrobe malfunction. Yeah.
Right, that
I've
part.
had many wardrobe malfunctions with my children's, and sometimes they purposely throw their clothes off and they act like it's a wardrobe malfunction.
Right.
But those nightmares are past me. Of
They're gone. Not for me yet. Not for me yet. I'm still having to put my youngest one, Margo, in the onesies before bed or nap, because, you know what I'm saying, she's left in there alone. Man, that diaper going somewhere, and we gotta just hope that there's no poop in it. And that happened once already, where she, you know what I'm saying, took the whole diaper off, and next thing you know, the whole crib is covers, rails, and everything is just poop smears out. I'm like, oh, really?
I see.
That is. I thought I would have been one parent, like, that never happened to me. Nope, I can't say that anymore. That has happened.
Yeah, you ever get the one where you're changing the diaper and fire in the hole?
Oh no, never got those. Never got those. No. I got the ones where they reach around and try to grab it, and we try to combat that as much as possible. So we definitely had, you know, all man on board, hold down, you know, kind of tussle to change a diaper.
I was always dip diving and dodging the soy sauce when I was changing. That's what I call it when he's just changing Sawyer's diaper. A little bit of soy sauce on you.
That's hilarious. And that's one So I thought that would have been the case. Like, I'm glad I have all girls and I don't have to worry about that. But when Hazel was a baby, no, that thing was still streaming everywhere, man. And I was just like, this is crazy, man. I thought you were done going. You made the face and the sound. Nah, that's not the case. Well,
That was
now the
none of yours have the fire hose though.
yep. Now it's the time to start potty training. So, we have one last one to go potty train. And, we had a crazy statistic that came across our family door. And Katie was like, do you know we've been buying diapers for the last 8 years? I was like, what? I stopped and thought about it. I go, yes, we have. That is a long time to be buying diapers. 8 whole years.
Do the math on what you spend per diaper,
Yeah.
per month or per week, and then I
Yeah.
mean you're in the thousands
Yeah.
easily. I
No,
remember
she's
like you get out of diapers, you get out of baby food, boom, there's $60 a month.
there was where'd that come from? Yeah, because you were
Right.
saying the box of diapers are like from Costco is like
Costco.
$40.
We got a Costco membership for two reasons: diapers and baby formula.
That's it.
Like,
That's it.
so yeah, man. Well, you're close, but you're about a year and a half away.
Just about, man. Unless she wants to do this
Less.
early, and I'm
Well,
down with it.
she's got an older sister, 2 years older, that she's probably
Yeah.
trying to keep up with.
Yeah.
Lil was a
Yeah.
piece of cake because
Really.
she saw her brother doing it. Yeah.
That's
But
the
what
same thing.
a funny thing about when she was potty training, she's at the age where anything Sawyer did, she would do it. If I said something was okay for him, but she could do it, she'd always say, "Well, Sawyer can do it. Well, Sawyer does this. Sawyer did that." So one time I said, "You know what? Sawyer also stands up when he pees."
Oh, wow.
So guess what Lily does?
She tries to do it. Yes.
The dad fail.
Anything you can do, I can do
Yeah,
better.
yep. Dad fail.
She said, nope, not that one, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Why we brought up Eminem and we brought up your camping trip, and I saw the picture that Katie posted of the cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
And were you thinking like Papa Doc and 8 Mile? Like, this shit is the horror flick, but the black guy don't die in this movie. Like, it was, it was. I was like, that looks so cute, but also at the same time, like, oh man, this.
I had to go to the bathroom, and in the they didn't have a bathroom in that cabin, so you had to go to like the little convenience center, like the little bathroom convenience area. And I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm not doing that. Straight off the balcony. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not about to walk all the way over there in the woods right now, and I don't know where I'm at. Really, I do, but I don't. I don't know who out here. No, yeah. We stay super safe with that one, sir.
Not who, what, or
What
how big.
exactly?
Right. How do the kids sleep?
Like angels. They were tired because it was a Sunday. Sunday we got to go to church, and we just had an eventful day. So by the time we actually did get to there, and after the walk and after the sledding, they were shot, man. They were tired. So they slept like champs.
Good.
Now Margo, it took a minute for Margo to get situated, so I had to sleep with her. It's like I have the touch again. You know what I'm saying? She's my baby. I've been with her. She's a Corona baby, so everything I do is like easy. Mom looking at it like, well, no, you might as well go ahead and do it. So I lay up there for 5 minutes, rub her back, tell her no a few times, and next thing you know, we cuddled up and she's knocked out.
Both my kids are Corona babies.
Right? the cerveza kind, you know what I mean?
Yes, the original,
The original.
the one that kills germs, right?
That part. So how'd the week go, man?
I'm in a. I don't want to say a funk. I'm in a. What am I supposed to do now? Like type
Yeah. You're
every day,
still in
every day.
that one.
Like
Yep.
still looking. I'm trying really hard. I'm keeping busy, and I do projects for my kids every year for their birthday, where I put together like 4-minute montages of their past year. And
Yeah.
that takes me a long time. So I started doing Lils, which came at a good time because days like today, when it's 10 below outside, the house is pretty much clean, the laundry is caught up, everything's done, and so it's something for me to do. And so doing that, and again, and then I tell myself, okay, be patient with the kids, be patient with the kids and get home. You've had all day to mellow, and then as soon as they get in the car, it's they're fighting and they're bickering. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys, I can't do it. Like
instantly just went into
instantly,
haywire.
and then it's like I made dinner tonight, a prep dinner, so it was ready because Lilly has dance on Thursdays and Jackie is in the office on Thursday, so dinner is a rush, and sometimes we just snack and we come back. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have everything prepped, everything ready to go. I'm gonna make the pork the way Lilly likes it, the cornflakes, and I'm gonna make the Brussels sprouts the way Sawyer likes it with teriyaki sauce. And with bread and with this, everything's gonna be ready. Get the rolls they like, boom. And then 2 minutes in this dinner, Sawyer's complaining about the Brussels sprouts and giving me an attitude. And now I'm not going to clear my plate. And I'm like, oh, Christ. Like, so Jackie was kind of giving me the eyes and like, hey, just back off. And I'm like, I know I should have more patience, but I can't stand for that. And then it was Jack's night to take a little dance. So we were supposed to have boys' night. And so I drove him to get his haircut. We're just in the car, just like silent because we're both pissed at each other.
Mad at each other.
But I don't know. I've been trying, like I said, I've been trying really hard, and then I've also been realizing the mistakes I had. I had one was last week or 2 weeks ago. I got to work on patience with them. Like I said, Sawyer in the morning, he's always, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go, and we're trying to go out the door, and he closes the garage door. Lily's getting her stuff on. I'm getting my stuff on. He opens the door and he said, "Dad, come on, let's go, let's go." I'm like, "Dude, I'm seriously getting my stuff on. Just relax." He goes outside. I turn around and as Lily's getting ready, I said, "Lily, come on, let's go." Oh, I get it. She's getting ready, and I'm harassing. I get where Sawyer gets it from, and I get how
right
she
down
feels.
the chain of command. Yep.
Yes, and so I need the patience, and I need to get better at that. And I know that I do because it's rubbing off on them a little bit. So
And to mirror what you're saying is I saw the same thing in myself this week. Actually happened today. Margo Quinn was talking to Hazel about something, and I guess Hazel didn't want to give it to her, or I didn't catch all of the conversation, but like Quinn ended up almost just spazzing, and she didn't have to, like yelling at her. So I start yelling, and I'm like, okay, that wasn't the right way. I should have handled that, but you're not going to sit here and talk to your sister like that. I kind of see where you're getting the yelling from, but no, you don't do that. Yeah, I was wrong and you were wrong. So you know what I'm saying? But you can't be talking to people like that. It's not appropriate. And I sometimes got to remember that she is 4. So, hearing the word no for something that she wants right now is something that they do is with a meltdown. They just instantly start crying. But it's conversations that I'm having with her that, look, just because like you feeling sad or upset about not getting what you want is valid. You're right. But we do not have to cry or scream or whine about not getting it, because you whining is what? I don't know. I go, you do know. When you whine, what happens? I don't get anything. Exactly. So let's not do that anymore. Okay. And then like instantly she's back to smiling. So I'm like either you're gonna be a brat when you get older, or an Oscar award winning actress, because you can turn that cry on quickly. I mean, with real gator tears and everything. You know what I mean? So I went down that exact same road you did, where it's like kind of self-reflecting, and you see it right in front of you. Like, dang, okay, I see where they're getting that trait from just a little bit. So I might need to really hone in on my own when I'm talking to them. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm the adult, and I need to be better about it. I know that I do, but like again, as I hold my kids at a high standard because I hold myself at a high standard. Like you know what I mean? Like I take it so serious because this is my job. Like not that it's not for people that go to work or whatever, but like I've been in the trenches with them since day one, and like now they're kind of off on their own, and then they come back and I expect so much out of them. And then, they are literally my life right now. I have a couple more years till I fill that void, but like the same old thing just drives me nuts, or when they do something that they know they're not supposed to do because they make mistakes because they're kids.
Right,
And then
yeah.
when they're adults, they're going to make mistakes too. But I got to lay off them because it's not good for them or for me. I got to let them just kind of, I don't know. I just, one of these things. I'm just saying, you know what, guys, just go fight. Like just just go do it. Just get it out of your system, because I'm done with the same old green, or just I don't know. It's again, this is why summer's better, because it's hot and it's warm, and we can go outside and blow off some steam, and it's everyone's. It's been too damn cold to even take boss for a walk or even go outside and play. And was it yesterday Sawyer and I got to go play football because it was above 15 degrees? But man, we've been locked up for a while now, and
yeah, that's kind of tough. The girls are starting to ask to go more places and want to do things because we're just cooped up, and it's just at this point it's like it's too cold to walk anywhere. And it because I have to keep in mind that it's 3 of them. Like the oldest one wants to move around, and I might have to be to that age of letting her go maybe to the corner to the neighbor's house, or go outside and walk on her own or something like that, or just go in the backyard. Like, you guys can go. We have a pretty big backyard. Go back there and make something happen. Because the youngest one can't really be out that long. I don't want her to be outside, and once she gets cold, it's hard to warm her up, and she's crying because her finger can't feel her finger, like all those type of things. So I'm just really trying to fill that out. But I know what you mean, man. One thing that I'm starting to notice, and you were saying this with your two, as far as in they're getting older and having their habit of their own independence, or more of it. Hazel is around that way now. She's it blew me back to think, like, whoa, she had a friend, family friend, send a birthday invite, and on that invite it said she was turning 9. I was like, holy buck, is Josephine's 9 now? Wow. And then Kay looked at me, he's like, so Hazel will be as well. I stopped in my tracks, like, wait a minute, really? 9? Damn, man, where has the time gone? And then I started to like reflect on how she's been communicating with me, and she's turning into a little teenager, man. Like, telling me I'm annoying, like not really laughing at a lot of my jokes, but just also trying to prove me wrong. And here's the one thing that I didn't see coming. She showed me her school tablet and was like, look, Dad, boom. And she had a password on it. I'm like, nope, take that password off. Nope. Nope. And she's like, why? I go, you don't need no passwords in this house. What you need a password on your stuff for? I don't know. Exactly. So no, take it off. But then in my mind, I'm like, dang, man, she's getting older now. It was funny because we were coming back I was picking her up at the bus stop, and we were walking back, and she was asking if Mom was home. And I like to play around a little bit, like, nope, she's not home. She's like, yes, she is. I'm like, no, we're about to go get her. And she's like, no, we're not. I'm like, yeah, we are. So we went back and forth like that, like 7 times. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. And then she goes, you're so annoying. I'm like, oh, man.
I am kind of annoying, but that one hurt.
Right. It hurt. But then here's the thing, right? My 4-year-old was just so gullible with it. She was like, what? No, Mommy's not. I can't wait for Mommy to get home. But Mom was home already. And Hazel was just adamant about proving me wrong. So when we walk in the house, no, she does this before I get to that. She does this. She goes, I know you're lying because you laugh when you lie. And as soon as she says that, I laugh even more because she's so goddamn true. So I'm trying to hold it in. So she's like, see, I told you, you're laughing. See, you're lying. I was like, dang, girl, stop yelling at me first and foremost. But Quinn, she was just so gullible about it. And I just stopped and go, see, Hazel, that is what I want right there. That excitement and energy when you realize I was just joking with you. Now you're just all trying to prove me wrong. Stop growing up. She was like, well, I can't do that. I'm like, hold on. I was like, what you mean you can't do that? She's like, I'm gonna just keep growing. Duh. And she kind of like rolled her eyes. So I was like, you better stop rolling your eyes. She's like, I didn't even know I was doing it. Long story short, she's a preteen, man. And I'm just scared now. I'm starting to get nervous.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready for it.
You don't have any testosterone in that house to help
None
you.
None whatsoever. And I've already seen I haven't seen it all, but the emotions of all 3 of them are just like,
That's I told you
levels.
last week. Jack was saying we're in for a rough 10 years with Lil, because out of nowhere, boom, like where did that come from, and why did that come from, and why am I the bad guy?
Why the bad guy?
Like what just happened? Like
Man.
I'm actually I'm getting some ink next week, and it's a family oriented tattoo, and we actually sat down. It's gonna be the 4 elements, and we actually sat down with everybody, and I found some website where this lady describes she does, like horoscopes and stuff like that, and she describes, and everyone had a piece of paper, and I wrote down earth, wind, water, and fire. I said, okay, don't tell anybody now. We're gonna listen to the description of each, and who you think that person is. You write that down, and then we're all done. We're gonna compare, and then so we did that, and I went with that. So
Nice. Be excited to see that.
yeah, kids are. Sawyer's like, really, dad? Like I feel like I'm lame. I was like, really, dad? You're getting a tattoo? Like really? Like
So cool.
I already have one, buddy. But yeah, and
Right.
I have one on my back, and it's got my last name in the middle, and it's got my mom and my dad, and then all my siblings on it. But figured, yeah.
Just in case anybody doesn't know out there in any of the lands, that tattoo fills up half his back. He has a large family. No, he's one of 6, man. So it's a lot of names.
Not my whole back, just but I got that. Yeah, I mean, I got that. It's so crazy. 14 years ago, I got that. Right before Jack and I started dating, and she used to rib me a little bit, be like, "Really? How come my name's not on you, but everyone else?" I've been waiting to make sure that there'll be no number 3 for us, and then I wanted to find the right design, so we did that, and then there was a discussion as to who should be what and why, and guess what Lilly got? What would you, based on how I describe her?
Man, I want to lean towards water, but I really think it's going to be fire.
She actually, wind.
Wind. I could see that because of gust. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
They kind of bounce. The lady with the thing we said, like when they kind of bounce around from place to place. They're always there for you, but you can't tell them what to do because they need to do their own thing, and they're always on to the next thing. So she got wind. Jackie, of course, got Earth, Mother Earth, and then it was also
nice.
like things have to be planned and organized and stuff like that for Earth. And I got fire because fire is supposed to be like the life of the party and always wants to listen to music and always wants a good time. And Sawyer was water because likes to be kind of a recluse on his own, but very loyal to those around him. So sorry, it's a little whatever, but it was interesting when we had that breakdown because we said so we didn't label anybody. We're like, oh, you certainly have, because Lily wanted to be like water, but oh, you certainly have some water elements, but doesn't this sound like you? And then Sawyer actually changes. He's like, yeah, I'm totally water. Like, yeah, dude,
That's
you are.
me.
You like things organized. You like to be on your own with things. So that was.
Yo, shout out to Jess, man. Jess joining the live. Again, guys on not Snap, but guys on the podcast, please make sure you go follow us on all platforms. That's Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. We are and Twitter. Yeah. Rad Bad, Stay at Home Dad Podcast. It's you know what? My girls actually love my tattoos. I have a few of them, and you know, at this point now, they're all just a blend in. I do want to get some more, and I do want to think of more of a family oriented one. That would be cool. So you definitely brought me into the mindset of like, I'm gonna do something like that. But instantly, I gotta say this because it just came across my mind. Because last week we were talking about DMX, and now this week we were talking about your tattoo. And since you do have so many siblings, it made me think of that song with him and Cisco. It was Tisha, LaShonda, Kim, LaWanda.
Oh, 4 Kims.
That's how many.
Yolanda, Rashonda. Yeah. What these bitches want. Yeah. Oh, Jay. So we actually talked about that after, but see, I can't sing that song, right? That's what I was.
No, right?
What these bitches want. Yeah, I gotta stop. That was an after hours
That was
portion
an
of the
after
show.
show. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I do, man. So that is one thing that is interesting, and I wanted to bring this up here on the live and actually talk about it, because I don't remember if we left this as a question for anybody on the podcast. How are you guys going to have the conversation with your children about using the N-word? Because they're going to be using it either in songs as they get older, or friends at school will end up using it. Would you teach them how to correct someone? Tell them that this isn't something that we use? How would you talk to them about it? Like, so for me, I do know that I'm telling my children about it and they hear me say it, but I'm a black person. So, what I'm saying, I got, almost free reigns, and they do as well, but they're mixed. So kind of throws a wrench in the buggy. But I let them know, because like when George Floyd was happening, when things were going on, and I let them kind of understand the ramifications of how words are meant to be used and what words do to people. You know what I mean? So that really intrigues me on what you guys think out there in Facebook, YouTube, and podcast world. Please leave a comment, and let's begin that discussion. Let's see where that goes from here.
Well, see, on my side is I think for Sawyer getting older, sooner rather than later, I gotta have that conversation, because
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
such thing out there as social media, and there's such
Yeah.
thing as a cancel culture. So
Yeah.
if he's at a party in 3 years and a song comes on and he's dancing around singing it and means nothing by it, and he's being loud and it gets posted on Twitter or YouTube, it's on there for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And I'm not. We can have the discussion or argument saying, well, he shouldn't be singing that. So I get that, but like when you're 11, 12 years old and a rap song comes on and you start singing it and you mean no harm by it, but
See,
then you get posted on, and then then it sticks with him the rest of his life. So it's they need to know the sensitivity of it.
you know the sensitivity of it. That's right. I'm
If,
gonna
when,
do.
where, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But I was just gonna say, if, when, where, if ever, to even to even say it. Like I'm not talking like context has a lot to do with it, right? But
Sure
like
enough.
I'm just saying, like with anything, not just with the N word, but with
Anyway,
anything,
right. Words have,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that gets out there. We didn't have that when we were kids, right? Like if, my biggest mistake when I was 13, 14 years, if I did something or said something that was insensitive, that they can stick with you for the rest of your life,
Mm.
even if it was a spur of the moment and there was, again, I'm not talking N word. I'm just saying like
Any expletive, yeah.
yeah, anything that you said or done can, so sorry, but go ahead.
So even then, though, for me when I was a kid, I guess it just there was no ramification. Maybe it was just the culture and where I was raised and we said it all, and we weren't as sensitive as the culture is now. People
Right.
are now. People are really sensitive, and being sensitive is not a problem. We do got some comments, man. Anthony Darcy, brother, what up, though? He says, "Nope, not our word." Period. So that's what he's kind of dictating to his children.
But
Jess
but
goes to
sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'll go read through them all, and then I'll.
Jess goes to say, I don't know how to even address that. My white children, absolutely a no-go. Now, my littlest, who is mixed, as a white girl, I have no clue how to even address it. Huh?
I wasn't talking about having your kids say it. I was.
Go right ahead, my son.
Yeah. As long as no one's around, we can. No, I was just. But I had the discussion with it. I think it's coming up there. I mean, especially when with the halftime show and stuff, and now he's starting to.
Sure.
Dad, do you like Eminem and Snoop Dogg and
Yep.
and songs come on, and every now and again a playlist is coming on and a song might circle through there and it's in there, so.
But I think now the bigger question is, and I like how you said that, it's not giving permission to say it. It's saying, I think it's awareness of sensitive words.
Right.
Hot words, you know what I mean? And those would be considered hot words. So it's now allowing them to know and be edified on what words can do to people, how they can make them feel, and how words have action to it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess as parents, us having conversations on saying that, there's a lot of mean things to say out in this world. Obviously, we have all the curse words. You may have heard me say them and this, that, and the other. But then there's also words that people use to make others feel extremely bad. And these are the words that they may be. Some may be used where it's not used in a bad way, and it may be used for uh, um, acknowledgement or what is that word, camaraderie or something of that nature. So it's a matter of letting them know how powerful words are
Right.
and what they can do to people.
But two things that are important are um, always know your audience and always know your context. And I'm not saying that gives you the pass to say certain things, but
Sure enough.
like I think I talked about in the summer, like Sawyer's words he can say on the boat, like it's our thing, but that stays on the boat. You don't say that in front of grandma. You don't, you know what I mean? Like there's a time and a place. Again, I'm separating from the N word and the other insensitive words, and there's also a difference between curse words and like hate words. There's the F word, that's a hate word, and the N word, that's a hate word. You just don't need to. That doesn't need to be in your vocabulary. Period. Like,
Sure enough.
but they should know as they get a little older. They should know the importance of it, where it came from, and
Origin of the word. Yeah.
right. Your words can be powerful, and you need to know why this is wrong and why it's not acceptable.
Sure enough. Sure enough. Got a couple other comments. So Anthony Darst again goes, I have black/mixed friends that would be okay if I used it. I choose not to. The only time I use it is if I'm explaining something in reference to people in my circle. So it's almost like I'm only
Yep.
talking to people in my circle about said conversation
Right.
to explain what was said. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
what happened or what they said. It's not like he out here talking, because that's my brother too. You know what I'm saying? But not a day in his life where he'd be like, yo, my. I'm like, nah, bro.
Right.
No, there's not. No. But then Jess goes to say, she said, I had also have very close black friends that have called me their nigga and wanted me to be addressed that way. So it's very confusing. At the end of the day, to me, it's disrespectful. Say less. It is a personal preference for
Right.
sure, especially if you do have, like, I do have a couple like fraternity brothers and brothers of mine that I've been through life with, that I don't even look at that, like they have no race. That's just my brother, and I definitely use that expletive or word of endearment to them. You know what I mean? So it's definitely about, I guess, respect at the end of the day too. But I explain it as a no-go to my kids out of respect. Low key, I love it.
Yeah.
Don't use it, God damn it. That's all I'm gonna say. Nobody use it. Everybody cancel from it. None of y'all can use it. Nobody, not even me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and there are, like some people are keep that word out your mouth. Is it depends with, and you get a pass when you say it like this. And people are. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Anthony said I explain it as a no-go to my kids out of respect. Yeah. So I mean,
Yes,
I mean, I'm not saying it's a gray area. The word is a gray. It's a like with you never know who you're going to offend, which I don't know. It's just with the cancel culture out there and everything. Like, I mean, I don't know.
So now you said that a few times, and I think that can be our last topic for the night. You said it a few times. Cancel culture. Should we? Okay, because here's how I feel about it. The only reason that word has relevance is because we do talk about it. You really can't cancel nobody. Nobody can be canceled as long as you got a group of people that you care about anyway. But that's relative. That's relative. I mean, and I think the cancel culture really comes to, or more addressed towards, a person of status where they're famous or some kind of entity out in this world, because it takes away from them gaining any more notoriety or even income from their status. So if everybody stopped messing with them, they can't, no longer do what they were doing beforehand. but should we give them that same, like our children, that same presence of being in school that way and building up socialites or social acceptance? Like, should we let them be on their stand on their own too, and say, hey, don't worry about what other people say? Am I making sense with that kind of with the question?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We have become a lot more sensitive, right? But like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I also think I know that we still have a ways to go, and there's still a lot of things that are wrong in this world or in this
Yeah.
country about how we are set up and institutions and stuff like that. But I also think, and I'm positive about this, or maybe an optimist about this. I think that our kids' generation is light years ahead of us, and we are light years ahead of the generation before us, who are way
Mm-hmm.
ahead of the generation before them. And
Say less,
it's
right?
it's been way too long, and it is. I shouldn't say it's been too long. It should never happen, but I mean,
Yeah.
the progress is getting there. We still have a long ways to go, and there's still a lot of shit that goes on that shouldn't. But I'm positive that our kids will be a lot more colorblind and accepting to everything. And I don't know, maybe that's where the sensitivity comes into from a lot of people in our generation, is they
Mm-hmm.
feel the need to overreact and to nip something in the bud even when it's not there.
I like that statement. I like that statement. Can you say that again for the people in the back?
I don't know. I just talked
He
what
said,
I say.
I just freestyled that
I
one.
honestly
No,
I honestly just no. It's just what I believe. I mean, I think that we have come a long ways, but I think that people. I think two things. I think one, people overreact when they think somebody's being racist. Two, I think if somebody's being racist, there should be a stiff, there should be a harsh penalty. Like,
there should be
for
a
me,
penalty for it. Yeah.
right? Absolutely. And there is a difference being prejudiced and being racist. You can sit in your home and you can be prejudiced, and that's fine. You can't go out in the world and do do hate crimes and do stuff like that. I'm not saying it's
Facts.
okay to be prejudiced, but you can.
Facts.
And but if it's proven that you go out there and you are discriminating somebody because of their race, color, or creed, or gender, then there should be punishments for it.
Yeah. I think you said it well, my friend. And that statement that you did say was, people are sensitive and overreact to try to nip something in the butt before it even needs to be nipped in the butt. And that, my friend, is the issue. And I really hope at some point, not to say people need to have thick skin or be less sensitive, not saying that at all, but we need to be able to address situations more with more I can't even think of the word right now. It just need to be addressed a little different. You know what I
I
mean?
saw something today when I was cruising on Facebook for a second. It was a clip from Joe Rogan's show, and I forgot who the guy was. He was a black guy. I think he's an activist. I forgot what his name was, but he was talking about how Black History Month, like, now it needs to go away because there's a time when we needed it, right? And when they did Black
Mhm.
History Month, because they picked February because it was Harriet Tubman's birthday, and oh god Frederick Douglass's birthday, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But now he's saying but his point was that, so now we separate it. It shouldn't be Black History Month. It should just be part of American history, because now you teach these three or four figures just for the 28 days in February, and then you forget about it. And then it kind of tongue in cheek, he's like, so where does Barack Obama fall in? Does he fall into Black history, or does he fall into
Oh,
American
American
history?
history, that
Right.
part,
And
yeah.
so I kind of surfaced if I said Black History Month needs to go away. I can sound racist, but I'm like, no, I don't think that there should be a black. I think it all should be, part of American history. You know what I mean? And we
Mhm.
need to,
Mhm.
um, the figures that we celebrate or recognize in February should be year round in the text, celebrated with everybody else that we celebrate. I mean,
Right.
I'll send you that clip afterwards. I listened to it
Please,
today.
yeah.
I was like, the guy. the guy made a great point, and and as hypocrite as the white people before us that were, I mean, we celebrate Columbus Day, and Columbus was
I still don't get that one, but okay. We
right,
digress. We
right.
digress.
But no, exactly. So how do we get here? Geez, this is supposed to be about our
No, it's
kids.
okay. Yeah. So one, no, and but it is right.
Right.
And the question that we spark on is how do we have these conversations with our children? Because if all said be well, our parents didn't have that conversation with us, and we only relied on February to show you how disgusting the world was, and then we forget about it for another 8 months or another 10 months.
My
You know
my
what I'm
dad had
saying?
my dad had discussions with us early on.
And that's good.
He would tell stories when he would work when he was working at Taco Bell, and he would have customers. If a black person made the food, he'd have white customers
Yeah,
deny the food, and he would, I'm sorry, is your food cold? And like he would try and rationalize, but not rationalize, but trying to, diffuse this, like, what's the issue here? And he'd tell us this, and I'd be like, that's messed up, man.
that's
Like,
messed up.
you're passing
Right.
up on Taco Bell because you don't like the
You
color of
don't like
somebody's.
because who made it? So imagine that, right? Like I had to walk my children through George Floyd. I have to walk my children through being mixed because they don't know no difference. They just know mommy is lighter than daddy, daddy's darker than mommy, but they don't know that there's gonna be things that come along with that that's gonna sometimes, maybe, hopefully not, hinder them because the world's not gonna look at them as white little girls. They're gonna look at them as black little girls that are light. But at the end of the day, they're black little girls. That's just what's gonna happen.
Oh, it's the
And
sick one. It's the sick 1% rule that's
yeah,
been around since slavery. If you're
yep,
1%, then you're not white. Like,
that's it. So we have to really explain that to our children. Like at least mine do. I'm not gonna say our, but it'd be helpful for like people like yourself that are in real suburbia that may not interact with that many cultural families. I mean, but in this world and in this day, there's all sorts of cultures everywhere, and there's mixed children everywhere from every type of background. So that is the statement that I'm going to pull up here. And he said, and you even said it. So quote, Chris, he said our kids are going to be a lot more colorblind. I hope so. No, the reason that our children are going to be a lot more colorblind is because there are no more one race, like people for the most part. Everybody's mixed. Everybody's looking into their background to see who and what they are. Everybody wants to have that cultural difference so you can speak to what and who you are as an individual. So I absolutely see going forward, because here's the thing: we're harnessing and bringing in love and acceptance as the new generation of parents. Like all of our parents are starting to pass away. It happens in life. God rest their soul. And we're becoming the parent and grandparent era. In our era, we were already loving everyone. We love who we love. We like that people. We like this group. We mesh well with them and that. Now children are going to school with people and we're telling them to accept everybody. And then the common sense is just higher, I guess. I don't know. But they know that love is love. Respect is respect. And you can't tell me anything different. You can't tell me that it's not right to like Joseph because Joseph is Somali. Well, that don't make no sense. He's cool. Joseph himself is cool. So I'm gonna mess with, what I'm saying,
his
Joseph.
his brother's kind of a jerk, but he's cool.
But he's cool. So I'm gonna
It's like
still accept him, right?
exactly.
I'm not gonna not like his whole family or the whole race because his
Right.
brother's a dick. No, that's not the
There's
case.
there's so many other reasons to find why you don't want to like somebody.
So many,
Don't pick
so
their
many.
religion or their skin color.
Right. Oh, I got a couple comments in here. Let's touch on these comments and then we're gonna jet ski here. So Anthony Dar says people from my mom's side of the world, Texas, where they're very racist. I'm glad that my upcoming was very diverse. Those family members don't talk to me. A little too hood to be good. Yeah, I get that, and I get that. I still see that. And again, you're in your mid 30s, bro. They're in their late 60s. The children that you're having, you're speaking different to them. So your son can talk to his cousin, and his cousin can talk to his, you know what I'm saying? Your son, like, they're not gonna not like each other because of what was brewing back then, because it just don't make sense to them. You feel me? Jess goes on to say, but the school is not on the same page as you, Jay. I understand that.
How so? What
But
does
no,
she mean by that?
I hope she can explain it herself. But what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna jump the gun on what she's thinking. It's not the school's responsibility to teach them about respect, love, and acceptance. The school's responsibility is to teach them 1+1, 2+2, right angle times left angle, that type of shit. Our
They,
responsibility is to teach them how to be people.
they also teach them self-regulation and how to be appropriate social behavior.
Go for it. And that's early education.
Well, they do in school too. I mean, that's part of
Yeah.
their. I mean, we just
Well,
had their
that's what I mean. Early education
Right,
is what,
right,
K through 12. So
right.
everything thereafter,
I
you're
don't.
an adult. After 12th
Right.
grade, you hopefully got it. And if not, you're gonna learn yourself bumps and bruises. But again, and kind of to bring it to full circle for Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad, it's our due diligence to make sure our children understand, include, like I want to use the word inclusive, but I don't want to be wrong when I say that. I want them to be, accepting of all people, and I already see it. They have, like, my children have no understanding of why they should not like people. I tell them to love everybody. So that's what I have. Pedestal.
I
Yeah.
was, I was, I was gonna make a joke like, well, they don't prefer Katie's family over yours.
Right. They actually want to go to Detroit so bad and stay with their TT.
Oh
They
yeah,
begging me for it. Daddy, every morning. You talk to TT yet? When can we go stay with TT? They love their grandma. They love grandpa. They love them all. But they ready for that. They ready for this. They ready for TT and how I go down over there.
that's
I
special
need
too. That's. I
that is
mean, that's.
special.
I mean, it's special because it's when you go when you see your mom, you don't just see your mom for dinner or for 3 hours. You see her for a weekend, right? Like, am I right?
Say that one more time.
I was gonna say it's different because when you see your mom, it's not like for a birthday party or for a dinner. You see her for a weekend, right? So you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's what we have with my in-laws. Is we get
Yep.
birthday parties and visits here with my side, but when they see, we call Jackie's dad is Grandpa Dude, and then her mom is Grandma Turtles, and
Love the names.
yeah, Grandpa
Love the
Dude, and
names.
Sawyer's first word was mama, his second word was dada, and his third word was do. And that's because when we would FaceTime, I would FaceTime her dad, and he'd go, her dude, what dude? So he started calling him, he was Bumpa Dude. They call him Grandpa
Dude,
Dude.
love it.
So anyways, what they love is when we see her parents. It's for a weekend or for a week, or they're staying in our house for a night before they go to the cabin or before they fly home, and so that's what they love because when they see grandma and grandpa, it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's a party.
Yeah,
Like they get to
yeah,
stay
yep,
up later, and
yep.
they can get spoiled. My father-in-law takes them in the morning to go get donuts. Like,
Right,
so
right. Yeah,
that's good because then they'll remember your mom. They'll have the special memories of your mom.
always. Let's run through these messages and then we're out of here, man. Jess says, but the school is not on the same page. That's what we said last time. She goes on to say it's not their job, but they're making it the white kids feel like their
Oh, that
color is wrong.
I
Oh,
see where she's coming from. It's
oh,
almost like feeling guilty for,
reverse.
right.
Wow.
I see what she's saying.
Oh,
I absolutely.
that's new to me. They're making
That's
they're making a
that's
color
true.
thing the kids don't even see. Mm, hmm. Or they're saying wake up because this is what's happening beyond us children. I was forced to grow up a little. I don't know. I'm making this up. Oh, that's a good one.
But see, I can only be responsible for. Oh, okay. Let's see what Anthony says here.
And he says my son's part black and or mixed. Still tell him that the word can be misconstrued or disrespectful. It's a trigger word and unneeded. Facts. Huh. But teach the history of it. Yeah, still got to teach the histories of that word as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, out on um, podcast world, just a good conversation amongst the people that are live here on the show with us today.
Yeah.
And it's just a great conversation. Please chime in on podcasts and let us know in the chat, or even bring it over to Facebook so we can see more, and tell us what you think of what the conversations are in your household with your children about race, about trigger words, or uh expletives that aren't necessarily needed or should be used. I think that's the way to say that. Chris, you got anything?
No, I'm sure something something will pop in my head throughout the week to think about what to say. I mean, I don't
All right.
don't want to. It's a subject that it's good to talk about. But I also don't
So,
want. It's like I don't want to walk on eggshells, but I don't want to.
no.
Like,
So,
I mean,
oh,
but sorry, but again, I know who I am, and so if something
yeah,
I say pisses somebody off because they think that I'm being insensitive or racist, then you don't know who I am. We can have a different perspective or a different opinion about it,
it's okay to
and
have a
have that
different
discussion.
opinion.
Yeah, and have that
Mhm.
discussion. But sorry, go ahead, man.
No, I wonder. I look back at that statement, and it said it's not their job, but they're making the white kids feel like their color is wrong.
White
So
guilt.
are you saying that now teachers or other students are making little white children feel like left out, or like they have the wrong color, like they shouldn't be white? Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, let's stay on. Let her chime back. I'm not going to speak for her, but
Well, okay, then what's your thoughts? What does that
totally, I totally
statement
see it.
convey to you?
It's almost sometime it's again it's tough because it can be a double standard. Like it's I mean, yes, there are certainly problems and we need to address them, but like I think my job is I'm responsible as best I can to teach my kids, not to teach my kids, but just to let them grow up in an environment where we judge people based on their merit and who they are. And we don't give a
Mm-hmm,
shit
mm-hmm.
what you look like or what religion you are. I mean, look at my family. My mom is a highly devout Catholic, and I couldn't be more atheist. But it doesn't change how we treat people. And I read a lot of things that on social media. And I'm like, to me that is a double standard.
Mm,
Racism is racism and it's wrong, but how you're saying this, like to me, that is a double standard. Like
sure.
The NFL with the Rooney Rule, I think it's a stupid ass rule, but I also think that if you're purposely avoiding a candidate because of their race, then you should be kicked out of the league. But
Sure.
but
Sure.
I don't know how you prove it. You know what I mean? Like the Rooney Rule is you have to, for those that know, each team has to interview at least one minority coach. So
Right.
you have to interview somebody even if you don't want to. But it's like you would think that you would want to interview the best candidate,
Mm-hmm.
race, religion, aside, right? Unfortunately, I know that's not the world that we live in. And
Right.
I
Right.
mean, there's 32 owners and they're all white, and most of them are Southern billionaires.
Sure
Um,
enough. Sure enough.
so I don't know. I get I if that's kind of what she's touching on of a double
Sure.
standard of it. I'm
Right.
not sure.
So she goes to say that
They
okay,
being our they being
and
our children, or they being
I think the other children, or children of a different minority, because she says it. So she goes, and that they are racist or majority racist, that the white children are racist or majority racist, and minority is more important.
yeah,
Yep. And you have white
right.
privilege, right? So to my understanding is, and I could be off. I could be far left with it this way. I could be far left with it, but my understanding is for a long time, minority, meaning BIPOC, black and indigenous people of color, have not been treated fairly at all. And we all know that, right? We all know that. And I think the narrative or the conversation shouldn't be saying that we're now better, but it's trying to say that, okay, I have my voice now, hear me roar, and I am equal. For years, your people treating me less than. And to children, they're like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. And then that's when, as parents, we have those very tough conversations to allow all children and all people going forward to have better dialogue about what to do now. That's all it is. And I think the fight is to say that, you know, let's love each other instead of fight against each other about whose complexion is different or better or worse, right?
See, we can't.
So, go ahead.
We can't. My kids can't sympathize or empathize with your kids or what they go through.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Before I stop you there, and I just want to stop you there because my children aren't worse off at this moment than your children. So it's no need to.
Right, and it's not, and that is not my kid's fault, right? Not my fault, not my kid's fault. But their job is to, if say they're friends with your kids, is to stand up for them and to be with them. Doesn't make either one better or worse. You know what I mean? Like, it's there is a part of society, I think, that is the sins of the father reflect the sins of the son. And
for an atheist, you speak the book very well, my friend.
What's Hey, I'm very knowledgeable on.
Facts.
I'm not an ignorant.
Right.
I almost said racist because I'm not an ignorant. I'm not an ignorant atheist. I grew up and I'm very knowledgeable on it. It's just not. I don't get into it, and I don't have a problem with those that do. Anyways,
I do. Yeah. I hear you. Go ahead.
I don't. But I also get the other side. It's like, yo, we've been wrong for years and years and years. But like I'm like, you know, I know, and I'm with you. But like, what? I mean, don't I know this is my skin color, but don't take it out on me. I don't want to be like I'm a saint, like I'm one of the good guys. But at the same point, let's we have to be better about acknowledging what happened, but also moving on. Like,
I'm
not saying moving on, like ignore it, put it behind us. I'm saying like, let's just move forward.
And how we move forward is to continue to help one another, every brother, every sister. We're all kinfolk under one father. And I know your beliefs, and I get it, but there is still only one father. Like, literally, to me, there's only one father, and we're children of him, of him all. You know what I'm saying? We're all his children. So we're all brother and sister. We're all people. No one is different than the other. We all bleed, we all breathe, we all sleep, we all eat, we all, you know, move stuff out of our body. Like, we all do those same things, right? So no one's different than the other. And that's the conversation that we have. But we also need to help build people and support and help people. So if you do see someone being bullied, harassed, talked about for whatever they're wearing, what they look like, how tall or small or big or wide or short or thin they look, you help them and you stop that. That's how I feel the tutelage should be done. That's how we raise a better world, is by having compassion for others. Because if we don't do that, and we stay blind to the fact or ignorant to the fact, or like, I don't know what to do with that, then that's where it happens. And that's where I feel like a lot of people currently, and probably I want to say a decade to two ago, was reacting like, well, that ain't my bag, so I ain't gonna touch it. I ain't even gonna look at it. I don't even see it. I don't know these people. No, it don't matter if you know them or don't know them. It's a person, and no one should be treated like that. And that's how I feel we should treat we should start teaching our children, is to always be able to stand up for someone that is being put down, whether it's verbally or physically. And that, to me, is that's how you move forward, aka move on.
I hate to make a joke here, but could you imagine if somebody just tuned in right now at this moment and they see you and me and someone say you have white privilege? Like, I'm gonna get killed, Jay.
Where's the context? Where's the context?
See, context is key,
It's
right?
key.
So she's for those that are just listening. Jess had a statement that says you have white privilege. It was based off another
I
sentence.
totally
and
forgot
it's
that was still there.
thank you. Just sit here. You're all going on about you, and move on. It says you have white privilege. I'm like, oh, geez.
All right, everybody in
I gotta start
podcast
drinking.
world, that's gonna be a good one.
I gotta start drinking wine again in these shows or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Let's go into the last two comments and then we're out of here, guys.
All right.
Okay, so Anthony says my son's minority as a white kid, but because of the school, he has more color tones than what looks like to be white. Part of the issue is that it's still an issue, but my kids love all colors. I'm just happy that we're all going to be mixed soon enough. Not we all. I mean, some of us can't. You're already born, player. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Michael Jackson.
You can,
Never say never, Jason.
Never say never, my friend. Just ends with, at what point do we stop seeing color and seeing who someone is as a person?
People want you, but some people want to, like, hey, I'm black and I'm proud to be black. I want you to recognize, or I'm white. I'm
100,
like,
and it would
right.
always be that way. Yeah.
Right. I mean, so I get what she's saying. I mean, but I know. I mean,
because there's a lot of parents teaching children, this is who you are, this is what you look like. You should be proud that you are a beautiful black woman. You are a beautiful, strong black little boy /man/teen, whatever. And you should teach the same to the other, because that's cultural differences, right? That's me learning and knowing and loving my culture. But they're not also teaching them just because they are a white person, you can't help them. If they are in need and you see someone in a struggle, you help them and you defend them. So if you have the ability to do so.
So I wish that it were to the point where we wouldn't like and Mike Tomlin's one of the greatest black coaches. No, he's one of the greatest coaches. Just drop it. Like, I mean, Morgan Freeman said it once in some interview. He said, just if in a way, if you kind of stop talking about, I mean, there's things that need to be talked about.
Yeah,
you kind of stop talking about it as we talk about it.
As we talk about it. But then again, you have like, we can stop talking about it, but we can't, because there's still a large demo that's still on this earth that controls a lot of that. But as the years goes on, we're starting to see a lot of change in higher places that can make significant changes in how little children see their future. Guys, tap in with us, please. Such a great conversation, such a great topic, and great interaction with the community here on Rad Bad Stay at Home Dad podcast. For everybody in podcast world, go ahead and come to Facebook, drop your messages, or even just put it in any of the chats or the forums that you are on from watching here, and we'll be able to respond back and kind of bring more detail on the next show. We will be back next Thursday, same time, same place, doing our thing. Chris, you want to close out with anything?
Yeah, please don't cancel me based statement. No, I'm good.
No cancel culture.
No, thanks to Anthony and Jess for chiming in. I actually enjoy the outside dialogue, and cool that people are listening. I was a good comment. It was Jess, what you said brought up a great different perspective, I guess. Jason was kind of questioning it, which is good. I think that the discussion is good to have. I mean, I think we're all, the four people that were talking tonight are all on the same page with what the main message we teach our kids. We just all have different perspectives, and doesn't make anybody right or wrong, but I'm confident that our kids will all get along, and that their kids will be a step ahead of us. I don't mean us, I mean our generation.
Our generation, yeah, that part. Amazing, guys. Thank you. And remember, follow us on all platforms. We are here getting it in. Last but not least, continue to be your absolute best, because being empowered starts today. We live life, we love unconditionally, and we seek growth. When you do all three of those, you're in your alpha state. So stay primal and get after it. Last but not least, I need you to do me this favor. Protect your peace and drink water. You guys have a good night. Talk to you later. Hold on. I got it.
No, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Yep, I do.
Got it?
Where is
It's
it? Yep,
it's in the
here.
intro. You can play intro, intro.
Please.